name's Jen. I'm the teen librarian with Richmond Public Library, and I work at our main library. And today for our Full Steam Ahead video, I'm going to teach you how to make these really cute Kawaii Piñatas. And they were inspired by a take-home kit that I saw on Etsy, and I thought, I think I can do this and don't need to pay for it. And they're really easy to make with just a little bit of time and energy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what supplies you'll need, and then we'll get started. All right, so these are the materials that you're going to need to make your Kawaii Piñatas. The first thing you'll need is some cardboard. I like food container boxes, like cereal boxes or cookie boxes, anything like that, because it's a great thickness. It's not too hard to cut through, but it'll still hold the shape of your piñata. You'll also need some cardstock. This is gonna form the basis for your template for your shape. You'll need kind of a mixed pack of tissue paper, which I just got at the Dollar Tree. If you don't have this, you could use colored napkins, you could use crepe paper streamers, you can get pretty creative. You'll want some construction paper so that you can add some accessories to your piñata. If you don't have colored construction paper, you can always go back and color your cardstock and use that instead. You'll want a Sharpie or other dark marker. You'll want some tape. Packing tape is best, but really any tape will work. Glue, this can be Elmer's glue or tacky glue. And then you'll want a ruler and a pair of scissors. And you'll want a pretty good pair of scissors since you will be cutting through some fairly thick material. So that's what you'll need for your piñata. I'll let you get that, and then we'll come back and get started. The first part of making your piñata is creating a template and then cutting out your pieces. I just hand drew the fruit that I made because they're fairly simple shapes, and I'm by no means an artist, so if I can do it, you can do it too. Next step will be to cut out your template. So I'm just gonna quickly cut out this heart. All right, so we have our heart cut out for our strawberry. There's our template. The next step that you're going to do is you're going to find a piece of box cardboard that's big enough to fit your shape. You're going to go ahead and draw or trace, around your template right there. And then you have your heart transferred over, then you'll cut it out. I've already gone ahead and cut out some heart pieces already. Another tip that I'll give you is when you're going to make your second, because this will be your front and your back, trace your new cutout versus your template, just in case you deviated a little bit. That way they'll match a little more closely. So go ahead and trace and cut twice so that you end up with the front and back of your piñata. The last piece that you have to do for your piñata is to make the outline so that it is three-dimensional. And you do that by cutting out 1-inch strips of your cardboard. And you're gonna wanna cut approximately 1-inch strips. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. And you're gonna cut them all the way down the length of your tissue paper. I've done that with a few of these already. You'll notice there's a couple in there since we folded it up. so you can get multiple pieces cut at one time. The next step is going to be folding these in half a couple times so that you can then cut your fringe. So I just folded it in half twice. And you'll notice you'll have some bent areas there, some folded areas, and you want to make sure those get fringed too. So I always like to go back and start with those so I don't forget them. You're just going to use your scissors to cut about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up your tissue paper strip, just like that. Once you've got your folded pieces cut, you can go back in and fringe the rest of your pieces just like this. They don't all have to be the same width, unless you really want to be meticulous about it and make them that way. But mine are probably about a 1/2 inch cuts from each other. And you're just going to fringe them all the way down. Sometimes at the end you have to go back and fringe that last little piece there. But when you unfold it, you'll have some nicely fringed strips, which you can then pull apart to get ready for covering your piñata. So the strawberry, like I said, is actually going to be all red. We're going to add the top leaf and stem later. So what you do, and this is the fun part, is you're going to take your glue and you're going to start at the bottom of your strawberry. This is my back, so I'm going to come back and do that later. We'll start at the front, and you're just going to apply a little bit of glue to a small area of your piñata. And you're gonna take one of your fringe strips and apply it to the bottom, just like that. And then cut off the excess. And you're gonna go back and shape this later, so it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the name of our craft today, the theme of it. And then you're gonna go just slightly on top of the piece that you put down and lay down your next piece and cut off the extra. And you're gonna do this until you get all the way to the top. So when you get to almost the top where you're getting that little dent in your heart, you're gonna wanna do 2 separate sides so that you can continue to create that dent. Okay, once you've got your front covered, you're gonna go back and give your shape a little haircut. And there you have your heart. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go around the outside. You'll wanna be, if you have time, you'll wanna let this kind of dry, but if you wanna go straight into it, just be kind of careful because the more you touch it, the more you'll see the wet fingerprints kind of coming through. Now, when you go around the outside, you're gonna start from the bottom and work your way to the top. And it's the same process with smaller strips. Put your glue on and put your strips on as you go up. All right, so as you can see, we made a fun little kawaii inspired piñata group. I chose to make some summer fruit because, as I mentioned, I saw it on Etsy and got really inspired. You can make any type of piñata that you'd like. It doesn't even have to be kawaii inspired. It's whatever that comes to your mind. You can be as creative as you want, and who knows, maybe you could sell it on Etsy too. So have fun, get messy, and enjoy.